To the city council workshop.
It's actually
Leroy,
not a workshop.
do you want to go ahead? We don't have quorum yet for a meeting,
We
so.
don't have a quorum, so we can't have an official workshop or meeting.
Right.
So what this will be, because this will be broadcast to the general public, it's just going to be an informational meeting for those that are here. It won't be a meeting of any type, but
Formally,
it
yeah.
will be an opportunity for our citizens that watch our meetings on GBT 20 and through the other broadcast media to learn about this opportunity. So I think we still go ahead and go through the presentation, ask questions, and do it in an informal way where it's just a gathering and sharing information. If you're okay with that? Sure, thank you.
Do you have a slide presentation today of the new facility?
I do. Yeah, I brought
awesome.
some. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Stephen Haga, H-A-G-A. I'm the Logan County Emergency Manager. Some of you I know, some of you I don't. Some of you I've talked by email and phone, but I've never put a face-to-face together. I've been in law enforcement for about 13, 14 years, and I took over as the Logan County Emergency Manager in March of this year when David left. So I got a few slides here and some information on the Logan County Emergency Management Program and how it works. Our motto for the county is that the Logan County Emergency Management Office provides for the protection of life and property in the event of emergency or disaster. That includes programs, capabilities, organized response intended to mitigate, plan, and prepare for, respond to, and recover from the effects of an emergency disaster. Our office coordinates and directs the planning, organization, control, and the implementation of all countywide emergency management activities. So for those of you that knew where we were before, we were located in the courthouse annex across where the commissioners' rooms were, and we have now relocated across the street from the sheriff's office in what was the old drug court building. Yes. We moved over there and we had a busted water line. The building flooded and I worked from home for a while. And then we just recently have renovated it, repainted, new carpet, new flooring, and in the process of still setting up some of the equipment over there at the office. Some people were wondering about the storm sirens and how they work in the county and in the city. Logan County has 10 sirens outside of the unincorporated area of Guthrie. They're spread out through the
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have quorum, so we are going to go ahead and call the meeting. We are in a formal workshop at this point. Carry on.
Okay. So there's 10 sirens scattered that I control through Logan County, the southern parts of the county. The sirens are old, outdated, hard to get parts for. We test them, and then I get about a $10,000 budget a year to maintain those sirens, and spend almost all of that on all 10 of them. Sirens are expensive to put in. I get phone calls all the time from all new neighborhoods going in. How do we get a siren in our neighborhood? Well, the HOAs, if they want one, they could pay for one and have one,
How much are they?
put in. About anywhere from 15,000 and up, depending on all the features and bells and whistles you want. They're not cheap. So, the sirens are activated manually. There's a couple ways we can do it: manually from the office, or we can call in to a phone number and type in a passcode and set them off that way if somebody's not there directly. We set them off based off, weather reports, watching local TV, radar, and what the National Weather Service puts out. I try to tell everybody to, where they don't have a siren or if they don't hear one when it goes off, there's multiple ways. Download apps on your cell phone to receive them. Logan County has partnered with Civic Ready to provide an emergency notification to the residents. Anybody can sign up for this, City of Guthrie residents, Logan County residents, basically anybody that has internet access that wants to know what's going on inside of anywhere in Logan County.
So you can do that on an app, on your
Yep.
cell phone?
Yes, yep. You can receive it by email, text, telephone, and you can select the language you want. And with today's technology, most people, usually have their cell phone pretty close to them, so to get constant weather awareness. It also has the ability to integrate with our siren system too, if the National Weather Service puts out a tornado warning, then it would automatically sound the sirens. We don't have that feature turned on. That's an additional equipment to purchase to make that do it. We can also issue emergency alerts to telephone numbers within Logan County. So if the city ever has a disaster and they need assistance notifying people, they can contact myself or Sheriff Devereaux, and we can put out an alert, for anything that the city needed to let the residents know about as well.
Steve, if I could add to that.
Yes.
That's a capability that's added through iPause, which will be one of the next slides that come up.
Yeah.
iPause is a national, it's a FEMA operated emergency system that, as you can see up there, state, federal, it says territorial agencies. I would contend that all agencies are territorial, but tribal government and local authorities. And local authorities meaning that, for example, if you had a gas main that was ruptured in the city of Guthrie and you wanted to evacuate everybody downwind, you could actually draw a box on a map, send it to Steve, and he could ring through the emergency system, much like the Amber Alerts.
Yeah.
It would automatically ring every cell phone that's registered in that area and send the message that you wanted to send to them. We do the same thing with wildfires when we need to evacuate from wildfires and those sorts of things. This is a very, very handy tool for emergency management and emergency notification.
But you do have to be registered. You have to register your phone to that.
No.
Not for
for
that,
that particular
for the
one.
weather alerts you do.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
the weather alerts you do, there's several different ways to get different types of information from the county. If you just want to get routine stuff like when we're closing roads or when we publish our agendas and things like that, like you guys do, then that's something that you can get on email and text alerts and things like that. But the real emergency things comes through the National Weather Service. I've signed up for the weather alerts, all of them, and my phone rings and you pick it up and you get the automated weather alert. That's so I know when we've got bad weather going on, so we go out and put up flood signs and such. But that rings directly to my phone, and that's through NOAA, right? And that integrates, this iPod architecture integrates with all of those things up there, the emergency alert system, wireless emergency alerts, NOAA weather, and other tie-ins. One of those, as Steve was pointing out, was the ability to automatically set up the the sirens off outside. But one of the things that we've noticed over the years is that unless you're outside, and normally unless you're outside during the daytime, you don't hear sirens when the storm's coming over, because the storm's making all this racket, rain's hitting the roof of your house, you're trying to sleep, and normally you can't hear a siren during something like that. But you can hear, most everybody has a smartphone that they can take or sleep next to and that sort of stuff. And when that thing goes off, especially when those amber alerts go off, it will wake you up.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
Quick-
Go ahead, Steve.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Because I'm on Logan County OK right now.
Yeah. when they
And so
go-
if we go to the menu and then I go to sign up for notifications, that's where I just went.
Yeah.
Uh,
Should take you
and-
to that screen.
Right,
there.
and then, so now, do I do, on emergency alerts, do you do the Civic Ready, or do you just go right down to the sign up for notifications under the Google Play?
Yeah, sign up for the.
And that gives you everything right
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah,
Okay, because it wants your address and everything.
yeah. And then you can pick and choose,
Yeah.
you know, what you want to notify you of. But, and then, you know, the other thing about the Civic Ready deal is, you know.
I didn't do Civic Ready, that's tied into that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
tied into that, yeah. And so, you know, if, with the train tracks through town, you know, if you had a train derailment with chemicals or something that derailed it, you
Yeah.
know, and chief needed to evacuate an area, you know, we can set up specific polygons for that area to alert people just in that area, so. And
That's really neat.
Yeah, and that's
And
a
that-
service, you know, that we, you know, can do for the city to, everybody working together, so,
That's good information.
yes. Yeah,
We're too small not to work together.
right. But, and then we work, you know, really well, with our dispatchers, they always know how to get in contact with us. Your dispatchers have my phone number too, the city of Guthrie dispatchers, so they've called me before on stuff where they've needed assistance and I invite you all, you know, to come over sometime and take a look at the new building and everything that we have over there.
Oh, and I see it really gives you a lot of choices to,
Yes,
or not.
yeah, yeah, whatever you want to
Yeah.
opt into, but it's a good tool to have. And the county, you know, they've spent a lot of money
Yeah.
getting this, and hopefully people are utilizing it, and also updating some of the technology in the emergency management office that needed updated, and so,
Great.
yep.
And one of the main reasons why, after the sirens went off, you know, I had a few people call me the next day. Well, I didn't hear them. One being 2 blocks away from me, one being 4 blocks, neither heard them. And then why did they go off? Well, I don't know the answer, but I'll find out. So I called Commissioner Goodman about it. And he gave me this wealth of information, and I just said, okay, stop. I will not remember this. And so I appreciate you guys coming to talk about it.
Absolutely.
And then, and of course, Guthrie News page made a note of it. And the responses to that page alone said there's a whole lot of people don't know what I didn't know. There are many avenues to notification today, in today's world, and
Yes.
putting your trust in a siren is the wrong choice.
Yeah, yeah, because the way new houses are built these days, with better insulation, windows, materials, you know, it's very hard to hear
It's
one.
not good.
Yeah, so,
Appreciate that.
yeah.
Commissioner, you have something more to add to that?
No, just echo what you said, that it's, times are changing, right? And back 20 years ago, the sirens were the state of the art for weather warning. Anymore, all of the little devices that everybody's thumbing on the board up there are the state of the art notification devices that we have today. So that's where we're transitioning over to that, trying to keep up, have technology help us save lives.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
This is
Well,
all stuff that nobody really knows. That's kind of what's cool about this meeting, Tracy. Is
Well, so-
people don't know what's going on behind the scenes, what all you guys are doing.
Well, you know,
And how much information you've got available to you and how much information we've got available to us. They don't know any of that. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Really, I'm glad you did it.
So, Stephen, and real quickly, as I'm signing up for this, just so that other people out there know, it keeps kicking me back to do you have to fill in every phone number, even if you only have a cell phone?
Hang on, let me look.
Watch. All right, so I'm gonna click that I'm not a robot, and I'm gonna sign up, and it keeps kicking me to here, so I put my cell in all of them. Am I signed up at this point? Oh, it's saying,
Email.
oh, well, there you go.
All the ones,
Yeah, it is.
cross the Ts and dot the Is.
That's my email.
Well, I mean, I guess you want all those avenues, you go, right?
I'm a robot.
Yeah, and you picked what you wanted, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I came over here,
I'm not a robot.
and then I signed up, and it brings me back to here. Email address is not,
I did it.
so
Go through it, series.
I can tell you again. Gmail.com.
Do all that. And if you get one of them wrong, it'll kick you right back and install.
I got a business address too.
I've had people
But
register, you know,
spam.
a lot of them.
Otherwise, it's.
Okay, there it just
Do they
went.
work?
Verification, well, here. I think it did. I can't tell if it did or if it didn't. It's not giving me that.
I guess we got 45 minutes left.
So I'm in now, I guess.
Well, tell everybody how
And I
you
can
did
check
that.
my list too.
I'll call you
For those
tomorrow.
listening,
Okay.
Yeah.
you might go
I'll be
through
down there
that.
Yeah,
anyway.
Brian, you might go through the whole thing, or,
How did that,
or the guys go through
I
it
would need
together.
instruction, I'm sure.
So,
Brian, if you sign up for all those alerts, it will keep you up all night long.
I'm not signing up. It just keeps saying my email's not valid.
Chris is back there bobbing his head, yeah, you get them
he
all.
knows. Yeah, he's done that too.
So you just need one central alert, and then you go look for the rest, or what?
yeah, there's a group that you can pick from.
So you can sign up for weather alerts, you can sign up for weather warnings, you can sign up for tornado alerts, tornado warnings, you can, through NOAA, you get about 6 options, and if you sign up for all 6 of them, they will keep you up all night.
There's even a fog alert.
Oh, well, everybody needs one of those, right?
Yeah.
You know, I know it's foggy when I walk out in the morning. But what about the alerts you talked about, train derailment, and that,
So that's a completely different.
That's the iPulse.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the
That's the
iPulse.
emergency warning system.
And that goes to you whether you want it or not.
Right.
It does.
Right.
That's a push system. A lot of this stuff is what we call a pull system, where you sign up for it, you get inundated with whatever comes out of the computer, right? So
Right.
But a push system is where we as, the emergency management leaders in the county and the cities decide that we need to get an emergency message out to a certain demographic right now. That's a push system that we can
Yeah.
send that out, that message out.
And that's handy.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Does anybody have any other questions?
no, I think, that's great.
No other discussion? Well, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for
Appreciate
having me. It was nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Name
Yes.
to the face, and a face to a name.
Yeah.
And you might, there are other avenues, I mean, people should realize you can buy weather radio and
Oh,
have
yeah.
it programmed to Logan County only, right?
Yep.
And-
I recommend County counties.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess
Because
that's,
storms don't just
Yeah.
start here.
Yeah. mainly, I just want people to realize, don't depend on that siren.
Yeah, well, like Marvin mentioned, anytime an Amber Alert comes, I mean, my phone just blows up.
And that's why.
So now I got another question for you. Well, we haven't adjourned this meeting yet. You're still standing there, so get right back up there. What does the county need to do to get the system fixed, to get our sirens updated and upgraded?
So that's,
Is that even in the works?
Well, the city just needs to have $1 million.
so there's grants available out there to upgrade the sirens through the hazard mitigation stuff for
Right.
the city. And the Logan County Hazard Mitigation Plan is up to date till September 2022 of next year. That's where all the towns and schools and cities in the inside of Logan County put down what they want to upgrade or fix or mitigate, you know, in case of disasters. And
Right.
So
But does-
there's grants out there to do that.
Does the city participate in that?
Yes.
Funding?
Yes. Yeah,
I
chief.
thought they did.
Yes.
And
Well,
the
it's all
county
in your-
participates as well?
The county does participate
So it's
as
a
well.
combined city-county effort?
Well, no, the city could update, you know, just theirs or pick a few, you know, a year that they wanted to
That's what I
update.
thought, because we got some out near, off of Sooner, right?
Okay, see, that's,
Over there.
Yeah.
so you don't maintain all of them?
Right.
We maintain some of
You
them?
maintain
we
the
own some
ones.
of them.
Yes, that's.
Okay, I didn't
correct.
understand that.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
example,
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Jim, for example, like Mulhall has a siren too, that municipality maintains that one.
Like Mulhall,
So does
Crescent,
Crescent.
Orlando,
They
Marshall.
all do, right?
Yeah. They all have
We
them.
assist them with when it's time to punch the big red button, but other than that, you know, as far as maintenance and upkeep, it's
It's all on them.
municipal.
So how many does the county have?
The county has 10.
County has,
And
so how
then-
many do we have in this area?
In the city, I think, what do you guys have, 10, 2?
I think it's 11.
11? in
We've
the
got
city.
11, and then the county's got 10 that's,
Yeah.
now, those are, I mean, where are they?
They're spread out. I got a list of.
No,
Yeah.
I just was.
I mean, I can
I was
email
thinking
you.
in terms of the city, what we have protecting the city, is it just our 11? Or are there ones that are close from the county as well?
The closest one to the city of Guthrie would probably be Cedar Valley
Okay,
East. Yeah.
okay. That's what I was asking. I was trying to figure out what we have
Was
on
that
blanket.
correct, the estimate of replacing those was?
Steve and I talked about it the other day, he believes it is correct, I don't believe it's correct, I think it's a little bit more expensive than
They're
More
hard.
that.
expensive?
But some of the things we looked at too is I think he said last time he priced them, he was looking at, just a straight siren. And the last time we looked at them, we were gonna put,
The PA.
broadcast capabilities out at the two lakes.
And those were around
because-
35 grand,
Yeah.
is that correct?
Something like that, yes, because we have people out on the water.
Well, that's a good point, because I think you said, sirens are outdoor,
Right.
therefore outdoor.
So unless you have a code that everybody knows the difference between a storm and lightning, like being out on the lake, like Chief was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with the ability to broadcast a message, you know, lightning's in the area, get off the water, you know, that kind of thing. Those are informational, so.
Right.
Because we run into a lot of people out there, even though they have a cell phone, a lot of times it's at the campsite or in the truck
Well,
because
that's
they're out
true.
there
Yeah,
In the water.
in the water.
yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
The biggest spot on the water, as a matter of fact. The tallest point out there. Yeah, that's not a good place to be.
And
Okay.
Guthrie's are not battery backed up either, they're,
No.
so you lose
All
electric,
of
you
ours
lose that.
are straight
capability.
electric, so if power goes out,
And something else I think anybody who might be watching, I did not know this until recently, they used to have an all clear after,
Correct.
but they did away with that because it was confusing people.
Yeah.
Right. Now
If you
it's
don't have that
just
list
a
saying, okay, this-
3-minute long tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't
now,
have,
I mean, if we
And it was
don't
be-
anything
and I
about
think you spent-
Raymond, it's just, they
Wasn't it
call
because,
that
it was because of, there was
Yeah.
back-to-back tornado warnings at one time or something,
Right.
and so you don't know, yeah. Number one, sirens are not your first line of notification.
And to go back to something that Mr. Case said earlier, you know, I know there's concerns about sirens and having more of them, but we're really leaning toward more on the technology side because more people have smartphones than are able.
Or close enough to hear the
Hear the
sirens.
sirens. And
Yeah.
again, if you think about most of our storms that we get in Oklahoma are at night. That's just the nature of how those big thunderstorms build.
The heat of the day.
Right, and so, an outside siren is normally for people outside. That's why the golf courses have them, is because if a thunderstorm comes through, or starts to come through, and people are out on the course, they blow the sirens to get people to come in, you know, during the day. Other than that, it's the phone systems, the smartphones that we rely on.
Well, and even a golf course has got a blast system for lightning as well.
Right.
Well, but even when you're out playing golf, you've got your cell phone in your back pocket or on the cart. So,
Yeah, but it's
the
on
push
silent.
notifications are 100% the way to go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So it's silent.
And the cost of it is relatively nothing.
Well, I think the big deal is if you let, another few years pass, I think more people are concerned about elderly folks who never were really on the technology end of things. So they're depending on a television, a radio, a friend, family member, something like that. And
But more and more elderly have gotten smartphones.
they have, but there's still a lot of them that don't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we hear them down in dispatch all the time. So I think and usually whenever we've talked in the past about trying to relocate a siren, because with the technology changes, where we have sirens now aren't necessarily the best place to have them anymore. It's usually older folks who don't have access to something else that really throw a fit. And I understand their concerns, but that too will pass, I guess.
Yeah. Well, good job, guys.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the invite.
Appreciate the information.
Yeah, if you guys ever need anything, like I said, feel free to holler, stop by, visit. So,
All right, thanks.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks again.
Be happy to help. Put that on your website if you want us to.
Yeah, I think we need that on there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, the city council workshop is now adjourned. We will reconvene at 7 o'clock for the city council meeting.
Thanks, Chief.
Have a good one.
Excuse me, Guthrie, come.